Hi, I'm Steve Supernoon Carwall, and I stream mainly fighting games, but at the moment I'm playing Guilty Gear Strive professionally. And I first started gaming in general maybe when I was around 5 years old. I really got into fighting games, playing them a lot, probably when I was around 10. I had like a lot of friends I used to play like FPS games with, like Halo and like Call of Duty and stuff. It was MK9 that came out, and a lot of them got into it, and then yeah, I got into it too, and kind of just took off from there. I think when I first started taking it more seriously was a little bit after I got into MK9. I don't know, I don't deal with losing very well. It's not losing, it's losing when I know I could win. So then that's when I started like looking into like, oh, like MK9 like tournaments, right? Just typing that into Google and stuff like that. Yeah, from there I started like practicing, watching videos, and then it wasn't really until this game, it's called Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. I watched an Evo, and that just like inspired me super hard to be like, you know, I think I can be as good or maybe better than a lot of these people. So yeah, that was kind of like the fuel for me back then. And I mean, it still is now, like still pretty motivated. I got started in Strive. There was a beta to test out like the netcode and like the connectivity between players, so that way it made the game a lot more stable. And I wasn't really sure if I would like it because I had never competed in past Guilty Gear titles, but I'm always willing to give everything a shot. So I was like, yeah, no, this game it's sick. I like fell in love with it like right away, and it being so different from other games I played too was really motivating because it was like I usually compete in like team games, but this being like a 1v1 game was something that I kind of had my eyes on for a while. I was like, I want to try competing in a 1v1 game since I hadn't really before. That's an interesting question. I've always just chased the idea of being the best player that I can be. It makes it pretty hard to burn out when you're like motivated like that. And it also depends if you really like the game. So for me, in my case, I've been really lucky with every game that I've competed in since I started playing like MK9 when I was little. I just chased that never-ending goal of trying to be the best. They got into Valorant, so I was just kind of like looking at what teams were getting into it and stuff like that. So I think that was like the first time. I think I initially got hit up about Lazarus around like October-ish of last year, and that was kind of shortly after I had won a pretty big Guilty Gear tournament, like a pretty big LAN. I was kind of just like figuring stuff out, what I wanted to do, and I would say the reason why I was so interested in this org in particular is kind of like they're so open to like growing with the players and helping players grow and like giving people like resources and stuff like that to be able to do the things they want to do, right? Not it just being like, all right, cool, you have our name in front of you, now just go do things, right? Like go figure it out. I feel like a lot of teams do that, and like that's not very helpful, and it doesn't help like the player in the long run. One thing I would tell myself, or like maybe someone who's trying to get into like just competing, is focus more on the game. And it's not necessarily a bad thing, but a lot of people that have the intention of becoming like a really good player or trying to be really strong at a game, they do everything but play the game. So like they'll like you know, be on Twitter, be on a lot of social media, talk about like this and that, but they don't really, it's kind of like backing it up, right? There's not a lot of that nowadays. Like have a reason why you play that game or why you want to be great at that game, and you'll go far. I think another one too is there are no like bad questions. Like you can learn from everyone. I think that was a thing that didn't let me improve as fast as I could have. A lot of people that are really good at these games, they're not really unapproachable. They're just people. It shouldn't be as like daunting or nerve-wracking to just like ask for help, no matter like how small or how big the question is. So I feel like that's a big one too. Basically, like if I'm going to like a really big LAN event, usually the day before my flight, I try to have a really like I just try to eat something really nice. Nothing kind of makes me happier than just eating like good food. So I just try to have something really nice, and I like the company of people, so I try to just hang out with like friends and stuff like that before. If I'm nervous, talking about why I'm nervous or like why I'm excited, blah blah blah, like it helps me deal with it better in the moment. Before I play, I don't know, I kind of just try and find like 2 or 3 like songs that I really like at the time, and then I just loop them throughout the day, and just, you know, depending on my mood, like am I tired, am I mad, am I sad, am I happy, excited, whatever, just try and like match the mood, and then it makes me play better. I have a couple. that are all pretty up there. I would say they're all tied. For sure, one is traveling, which is also kind of related to like gaming in a way, because I travel to tournaments and stuff like that, but also for non-tournament, non-esports things too. Also kind of goes hand in hand with traveling is eating, like just trying new food. Like I'm a bit of like a foodie, right? So I love going to like places that are like pretty hyped up, or like new places and stuff like that. Just getting recommendations from people, going to their favorite food, or trying different cultures' food is something I'm really big on too. And then I guess the third one would also be listening to like new music, going to like shows. A good convention story. Well, I guess tournaments are like conventions. Let me think. The most memorable one would probably be so I go to Evo every year, and like I've been pretty close to getting top 8 a lot of times. And the first year I got top 8 in 2018 for Dragon Ball. I think that's probably the most memorable like convention or like tournament thing. All the people that had been there from like when I was like 11 years old like playing to then I was like now 19, and I make Evo top 8 after missing it for a couple years. Just like everyone that was there for it in the front row in the crowd, because like when you make it, like everyone rushes you on stage, they jump on you, they carry you, blah blah blah, right? Everyone that was there was like someone that was like super important to me. Like it was just all the main characters were there basically. So yeah, so I was just like, yo, what the heck is going on right now? It was just insane, yeah. Oh, this is hard. Favorite genre of music. Okay, probably EDM, and then R&B slash hip hop. Best pizza place. Oh, I lived in New York, but I'll just say New York pizza. First thing I'd buy if I won the lottery. Probably a huge house for me and my friends. Celebrity or Twitch streamer crush? Oh man. I feel like there's a really obvious answer for anyone that follows me on Twitter, but it's not even, it's just a meme. It's not even like a real crush. But for the sake of answering the question, I'll just say Pokimane. That's my goat. She has really good emotes, dude. Her emotes are too fire. If my life was a movie, what would it be called? I'm trying to think of something not too corny, but I think the first thing that comes to mind is like the never-ending roller coaster or something, because stuff just happens to me. I actually don't understand. It just happens. But yeah, I'm along for the ride, so. I guess the next big things for me are the tournaments that I'm going to. Yeah, so I'll be at like Combo Breaker, which is next week from the time we're recording this, so sometime in May. I'll be at CEO, which is in Florida. Combo Breaker is in Chicago. And then Evo, which is in the first week of August. I guess just shout outs to all my friends that have helped me get to where I am today. There's too many to name. You guys know who you are. We're here. It's been going good, so it's dope. Shout outs to my stream chat. If it wasn't for them, like, I would not exist. I think like these dudes have helped me out like so much, especially in the last like 2 years. So, and we're doing pretty good. So it's dope. So shout outs to all those guys, and everyone can find me. The easiest one's probably Twitter. I stream almost every day on Twitch. It's just Supernoon on Twitch. My YouTube is Supernoon FGC. Gonna start uploading more content there as well soon. And yeah, that's pretty much everything I use.